indulge in enhancing the resilience in the school student, gratitude, strength, meaning, flow. It is possible that we structure our education so that these things in our life are enhanced. Positive relationship we can enhance, and we can attach positive emotions to the experiences of the learning that we are getting. If well-being is a goal, this should be the highest goal in life. All our efforts are directed towards this end. So they will be contributing to one of the factors. Wealth, fame, admiration, and all other goals are subordinate and secondary to the well-being. So if wealth is the major goal, then well-being may be compromised. So in my opinion, it is essential that wealth, fame, and the appreciation that you want to get, they should be in balance with the well-being. If that is the case, then modesty and humility also will be there with you, and you will be able to enjoy your life very nicely. So without proper balance amongst all these things, well-being cannot be ensured. Only wealth cannot ensure well-being. Whether our desires are material or social, they point towards one end, that is well-being and happiness. Whatever may be our desire. See, I want to be a leader means 100 people should work under me, and I want to be material successful means I want to earn maximum money. Unless I give my due share to all the people who are working for me, how do I progress? So it is essential that proper balance is essential. Well-being of the people who are working with you and you. Epicurus was a Greek philosopher, 300 BC. He was telling that what are the elements for a good life. So, imagining good life, he told that if you take away the hedonist pleasures, right, the pleasure of hearing good music, sweet emotions, if they are taken out, then life is really not a good thing. All we need for happiness is good food, shelter, clothes, friend, freedom. If this is available in the right combination, we feel happy. It is not that the world's wealthiest person is happy. If he is not having good friends, if he is not having the freedom to do what he wants to do, he will definitely have clothes and shelter. That is not a problem. So, for a good life, what is essential is a proper combination of all these things. To live one's entire life in happiness, whether is the greatest by far possession is friendship. See, friendship will definitely help us. You will find that many couples who are not that financially well off, but they are leading very happy lives because they have good relationship among themselves. They are able to fulfill all the material necessities. Sometimes they may have to compromise, but they are able to enjoy the life. So happiness is a combination. A handful of true friends is essential. Never eat alone. Eating with friends is much better. That improves your well-being. That improves the happiness. So Epicurus has said, luxurious food and drinks do not produce freedom from harm and health. We must regard extra wealth beyond what is natural as something. The glass is filled with water. If it is overflowing, the extra water that you are putting in the glass is useless. Nobody has used. So wealth should be treated in that manner. You prepare the well-being plans. With the well-being plans prepared by you, whatever the amount of wealth is required, that is the right amount of wealth. So if extra wealth is there, you use that wealth for the upliftment of the people around you. Wealth and fame are worthless if not in harmony with the well-being and happiness. Nobel laureate Kahneman has said that do not spend, the people who have got above average income, they are really not having very happy lives. Above average income people have got extra money to spend, but the emotion that they experience and all others, they are same. So do not spend more time in particularly enjoyable activities. See, this is essential. If you are not doing this, then extra wealth is not going to help you in increasing the well-being. The effect of income to happiness seems to be transient. After the income is there, for some time the effect of income will be there. After that, that happy emotions will go away and you will come to your base level of happiness. But if we execute proper well-being plans, this set point of the well-being definitely will be uplifted. People exaggerate contribution of income to happiness. This is the everyday occurrence. People exaggerate the income because they tell many things that this money has helped me in getting this experience. But once the above average income comes, every new experience is really increasing the well-being. This is not the case. So why some of the really very wealthy people face depression? They do not have the company. If the company is there, they can enjoy the company as well. When they are alone, in that moment, what to do? That plan is not there. But a person with very good well-being plan has learned how to engage himself when alone. He can enjoy the work when alone by reading, by listening to the music, by appreciating the works of art. So most of the wealthy people are, some of the wealthy people, I'll say, not most, because those who have learned the well-being plans, they will definitely enjoy their life. But highly successful people experience depression and they are addicted to alcohol and drugs. So this is not well-being. They have got this what now syndrome. They have attained whatever they want to attain. What they have to do? If they would have attached with the underprivileged people, they could have developed proper well-being plans. If material wealth does not lead to happiness and well-being, then why the obsession for it? So this is why the proper well-being plans are essential. Instead of having only acquiring material wealth, we should try to have very good well-being plans along with acquiring material. We no longer accumulate to live, we live to accumulate. See, in good old days, the life was really very hard. To circumvent the winter or summer, people were accumulating the grains at their homes. You go to the market and you get the grains whenever you want. Still, we have this habit of accumulating grain. So, we have found that the earlier things which put us in difficulty, the strategies to overcome those difficulties are staying with us, even if those difficulties are not there in our everyday life. We perceive the importance of our emotional needs, but are reluctant to use them while taking decisions. It is very difficult to include these in the decision-making process. One is understanding this problem, because including these, how to include these itself is a problem. We can measure wealth, but how to measure emotions, that is the difficulty. So these emotions and meaning, if you want to incorporate in the well-being plan, we have to do deliberate exercise. I wish the students to learn after while undergoing this course, the emotion and meaning enhancing exercises so that they are improving their well-being plans. Does concern over wealth and prestige detract from your overall experience of well-being and happiness? See, prestige is one important issue. If you are moving along with your friend who is not dressed properly, if you are not feeling comfortable, so that's not a very good thing, because he is your friend. So this kind of thing should not come. So one can list and see to it that we are living with right emotions. In what way your concern over wealth and prestige did not allow you to enjoy? So many times this is not allowing. This is below my standard if you are getting this feeling. So actually you cannot go away from that experience, but because you are feeling that below your standard, you will be uncomfortable, you will have some negative emotions. Sometimes it may be unavoidable, but try to see to it that most of the time this emotion is not harming you. You next time can avoid to go at that place where you are not comfortable. But the moment you are there, try to make the best of the moment that is available. See, perception is very important. This perception actually evaluates the experience. It is not that actual experience, but our perception of the experience is of more value. If I am attaching proper perception, then I can correct this. Long-term depression may be seen as a sort of emotional bankruptcy. If one is emotionally bankrupt, then only he can go into the long-term emotional drought. The duration and intensity of the negative experience overwhelm the positive emotions in depressive people. So it is in our hand that we keep proper balance of negative and positive emotions. Though some of the negative emotions are difficult to avoid in life, we must see to it that we keep the proper balance so that our well-being is always enhanced. The entire society can face the prospect of bankruptcy, a great depression, if the percentage of individual bankruptcies are continuously. If you are around the people who are always thinking negatively, you feel suffocated. You want to go out of them. You always avoid such friends. If these people become in large number, the number of these people become large, then the society may face depressive moods. If you go to the history, you will find that many times this has happened in the world history. Are we progressing emotionally? This is the question that we should rightly ask to improve our well-being. An entire society can face the prospect of bankruptcy, a great depression, if a percentage of individual bankruptcies continuously rise. If in a group of friends, majority of the students are with the negative emotions, then it is really very difficult to take them up. So it is very essential that devise proper plans so that you are with people who have got very progressive attitude. Emotionally, if you are in progressive mood and the people around you are in a progressive mood, this can be ensured. We are making huge strides in science and technology, in our material welfare. We are far better compared to when we were independent materially. We are rapidly falling farther and farther emotionally. If we do not have the emotions, we cannot attach to the underdeveloped people, even in our own country. And if they are not in our horizon, then it is really very difficult. That's why it is very essential that we, as a society together, citizens of our country together, evolve plans so that the educational experience of all the people, including the students in the villages, remote areas in the country, should be able to evolve a proper well-being plan as a country. So this is possible by setting proper goals. So then setting goals is essential. Goals are indispensable for us to lead a happy life. Unless we set goals, we will not put our 100%. Unless we set goals, we cannot liberate ourselves from the present moment controversies. Identify and pursue pleasurable. See, identifying and pursuing pleasurable and meaningful goals makes us happy. Setting a goal is about making commitment in words. You write the goals on paper. It is essential. Words have power to create a better future. See, mobile on the paper is nothing, but when you experience that you can talk to your loved ones on the phone anytime, so that is the experience. So objective of mobile led to a phone which you can take in your hand and roam around anywhere in the world and stay connected with your loved ones. So the words have got this power. Through concepts, through words, we can conceive and give birth to a new reality. You will find that automobile, moving from one place to the another place, television, seeing what is happening at the remote place in your drawing room. You can watch a very good game of cricket or football in your drawing room without going there. These are the goals that are set by the people, and they work diligently to achieve that goals. So we enjoy those goals. Making verbal commitment is very essential. So it may be bold. Many times it may not be immediately possible to realize that, but by thinking properly, if we set a goal and put it on paper, that improves your chances of getting to that goal. Does not ensure that we reach to the destination. See, putting words will not ensure that we are reaching the destination, but it enhances the likelihood that we reach there. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy. The concerning acts of initiative, the elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills the countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moments definitely we commit ourselves to the goals, that is the moment where even the Almighty, the Providence, moves and helps us. All the universe will help us in achieving the goals. This has happened earlier. Beliefs and self-fooling prophecies. See, it's very important. Most of the time, whatever we believe we get. If we are not believe we are good, it's very difficult to become good. See, if we feel that we are not fit for this kind of education, we may not be able to continue with the education. So this is very important that every student who is undergoing very good education should have a very strong belief in his or herself that he is going to attain that education and professionally prosper in the longer run. Knowing that one is headed in the right direction allows one to focus attention and enjoy each step rather than being overwhelmed by what is lay ahead. See, once the goal is set, you have the path, and for each sub goal or objective in the path, if you are concentrating, it is very easy to scale. Slowly you will be attaining that goal and you will be acquiring the education that you aim for. The proper role of the goal is to liberate us so that we enjoy the here and now. We enjoy the present moment. We enjoy the effort that we make to put the step, the objective that is at hand. The primary purpose of having a goal is to enhance the enjoyment of the present, and this can be done very effectively by each student. How you define the goal? For reaching the goal, most of the goals which are reached give us a clue by the eminent people on earth, the successful people, successful researchers. They have said that when you set a goal, it should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, it should be realistic, and it should be time bound. If you are putting a goal on paper without a time bound, then you cannot maximize your efforts to attain that goal. When US president has announced that the person, an American will set his foot on the moon, that time many of the technologies which were required to take the person to the moon were not available. But he had given a decade, that was the time bound. And the researchers in US came together and they developed those technologies so that before the end of the decade, see, he declared it in 60s, in 69, the human beings set foot on the moon. See, even in Indians, I will tell one Indian story, the Amul story. He was challenged for getting the powder of म्हशीच्या दुधाची powder develop करायची. He was challenged and laughed at in World International Conference. And he took that as the goal. And within a very short span, he astonished the world with that goal. So what goals have provided you with the most happiness in the past in terms of facilitating a pleasurable as well as meaningful journey? See, if we want to make education joyful, it is essential that the goals related to the education, particularly acquiring the knowledge of the subject. See, the subjects in which you have scored really very well comes under this. You had plans, you had pleasure while pursuing it. That's why you could get the best grades. So why you cannot replicate it? So what goals do you believe will do the same for you in future? Why you cannot replicate the same steps of enjoying the subject, which you may not be able to like that, but at least for the professional competence in your field, you require to know that. So such real-time understanding is essential for well-being. unless that it is very difficult to pursue well-being in the long run. I wish it is not very difficult for all the students to understand the implications of setting goals. One can set goals for the well-being by completing, the goals should be completing your education. First, your first degree. Many times a better future is not available with one degree. So you must continue for the post-graduation. If you have inclination to contribute in your area meaningfully, then post-graduation is also not enough. You have to enroll for the doctoral studies. So depending on your situation or your position in the education system, see, a student can set UG, PG, doctoral studies and then lifelong research as the goal. So people can set the goals and their well-being plans that, see, contributing to the field is not my aim, but I must enjoy a good material life. They can stop their education after post-graduation. They can start their own enterprises so that along with them they've helped the well-being of many people. Some of the people like to work in the service industry because they don't want to take the extra responsibility that an entrepreneur takes. Their material success will definitely be limited, but he can include whatever he wants in the well-being plan. It has been observed that many people who are professionals, after putting some 5-10 years in the industry, they start their own industry because they now have got very good experience. This also is a very good way of well-being. So those with lesser abilities, they can fulfill their well-being plans by integrating themselves usefully in the present industries and the society around. I wish best luck for every student, and thank you for paying attention and listening to my lecture. Thank you.